Hey guys, I'm Conor Robbins from Chondro Strike, and we've had some requests from some of our supporters that they want to see a walkthrough of the first couple levels of the game. So the game should be released here in the next couple months, and we're getting really close to finishing it. But today we're just going to walk you through the intro of the game, which covers the first couple of levels. Okay, so as we touch on the icon, this is all very raw because we're still in the, haven't quite finished the development. But it goes here to the main menu screen. You can see your Halfling and Darkling. So if we hit play game, it goes to the loading screen. So the first time you start the game, it'll take you into the game intro and tutorial. And it starts here, your Halfling sitting in a tavern with some of the locals behind him, and he's listening to a story that or the conversation that they're talking about. And it tells you this conversation down here, and it basically introduces you to the story of the Halfling. So we're going to click through this because we don't want to give away a lot of the story just yet. Now he's walking home, continuing the story and some of his thoughts. When he runs into the wizard, and this introduces you to the spark. So again, continuing with the story, you just tap the screen to continue. It's all touch screen. And this is him waking up, and he's about to go to the main playing screen. So then it starts giving you instructions to what to do. Again, this is very raw, so there are some things that will, more instructions and more menus that'll happen during the tutorial when the game is actually released. But for our testing purposes, this is what we have so far. So select the training ground from the market. So it's going to tell you where to go for the market screen. This is your menu down here. You click on market, your Halfling. We haven't got to the Darkling yet, so Halfling, training grounds, and this is the only training ground you can get so far. So pick that one first, and you got to place it in the right place. Obviously, if you get too close to other items, it's not going to let you place it. So you pick a spot, you can place it, hit OK. And then it wants you to bury one of the sparks in the training ground. So again, showing you what to do here. Click on that, and this is the earth animal or creature that it's going to allow you to start with. So click on the hound, and there you go. So the spark is now in the training ground. Here's our Halfling, and here's his home. There's going to be more animations. The sound effects have not been uploaded yet into the game. So now you have your creature here. You can see him walking around the training ground. He's what we call a hound. And from there, we'll show you a couple more, but he can be morphed into other creatures, and other training grounds can be placed on your land here. It wants you to go back to the market here and put in some dirt paths. The reason why the paths are important is because this is how the Halfling can walk around. He doesn't walk unless there's a path. So if you put a path there, and now your level 1 is complete. So the next thing it wants you to do, and again, it'll give you some more instruction and story as this goes on, but the game wants you to attack one of the goblin caves. So if you see on the screen, there are numerous caves around. Some of them are abandoned, and some of them have goblins on them. He'll be animated. Both of these guys will be doing some things on the screen. But in order to clear more ground so that you can put some more buildings, more training grounds around you, you need to get rid of these goblins that have invaded your land. So click on him, come over here, you can see the sword icon, click on that. Do you want to clear the ground? You click on your inventory bag here. You have to choose a creature to go fight these goblins. The only creature you have is your hound, so that's the only icon that appears. Click the hound. Your hound is now gone from here, and he's over at the goblins, and he's going to be getting rid of them. The goblin camp has been cleared, but now it's telling you, even though you made some gold while you cleared the goblin camp, there are other main sources of gold for a Halfling, and one of them is farming. So back to the market, Halfling, into the buildings. You can get a plot of farmland. So you can put that somewhere, and it wants you to plant something in the ground. So click on the farm again, plants. Turnips is what you have available to you right in the beginning. So now you have some turnips that are planted in your farm. You can, once these are fully grown, you can harvest them, you can keep them to feed to your creatures, you can sell them for gold, but it helps your economy continue. Your turnips are grown, and the harvest icon appears. So anytime you have a crop ready to harvest, this icon will appear. You can harvest them now. Notice your experience level has gone up. Also, this menu up here shows your inventory. So how many sparks you have, how much food you have, and how much gold you have. So that just gave you some food. So now it's telling you need to build some buildings to continue to earn gold. So we tried to make the game as realistic as possible. If you want to earn lots of gold, you need to build some of the gold generating buildings. Go back to the market, halfling, buildings, here's an inn. So an inn, obviously you'll get local patrons, things to come to your inn, and it generates gold for you. So you find a place to place this, and here's your golem that's helping you build your inn. Now during the tutorial it starts to explain to you the day and night cycle. So it's pointing up here to, right now it's daytime. If you click on it, it explains to you that Halfling Wars runs on a day-night cycle. So the halflings are obviously more productive during the daytime. Your gold generation is going to be bigger. You can do more things during the daytime. Darklings are the exact opposite. You're going to be more active during night. Your gold generation is going to be greater and more options will be available to you. So depending on which guy that you want to play more, there may be specific times. It's on a global clock, so it's going to be the same for every player across the board. So now it's launching you into our questing system. There are lots of quests available in Halfling Wars. They are optional. So you don't have to do them, but if you do the quests, then they explain the story of Halfling Wars. So you can just play the game without the background story, continue to build, you can fight, do all the things you want to do. But if you want to learn the story of Halfling Wars, the background story, the future story, and learn why there's this conflict and who the wizards are, and etc., then you play the quests, and they not only give you items and gold and other inventory, but they let you into the story of Halfling Wars. So it's going to take you back to the town tavern, and this screen is going to be changed a little bit. This actually isn't the correct screen, but it's going to. He's going to be hearing a conversation again about one of the other locals called Farmer McGee, and it's telling you the story here. And you decide to head home from the tavern. So it's going to take you back to your playing screen, and then again to the Farmer McGee screen. So Farmer McGee comes and visits your farm. He invites you to do something for him, which starts quest number 1. And you can choose to accept the quest or not. So you have finished the tutorial. Once you get through that, you're familiar with how the game works, and you're free to play on your own. You can continue to build. You can continue to do quests as they become available. You can clear more goblin caves. Or you can start to unlock the Darkling. That actually happens in one of the quests, where you can unlock the Darkling play and you can start playing the other side. So that was a very brief walkthrough of the first 3 levels of Halfling Wars. The levels progressively get longer as you play the game. It's still very rough. Even the graphics aren't optimized, aren't compressed right. But you can see we're getting very close to the final stage in releasing the game. There are some other things that we'll release in future videos: the fighting system, the battling system, inviting friends to play, how the creatures fight, invasions on your farm, and some of the mini games, the potions game, the crop growing, and the tavern game. So those will be upcoming. Look for those in the near future.